Hello there, my friends, and welcome to my channel. It's great to be with you. I've had a little bit of a technical challenge, and fingers crossed it worked, because I'm filming this in the pitch dark. I mean, I'm inside, but outside it is very, very dark because I'm just home from day 5 with Fleur Woods. So this will be the last in this series of me attending her 5-day workshop. So happy Friday. How are you going? I hope you're looking forward to the weekend or whenever you watch this. But thank you for your responses and your kind words. And I have had the most wonderful time. I know many of you, I've said it each time, wish you were here. And I'm filming this because I wish you were there as well. So the nest has been tidied. I'm actually going back to the studio tomorrow, but this time as facilitator with my Art on the Heart workshop. So I've scooped everything in, and I thought I've actually brought home some more bits that I got over the time, and I don't know whether I showed you. Yeah, I don't think I showed you. So let's just rejoice in this. So this is the Bright kit. Have I showed you? I do not know, but I think I have. But suffice it to say that this is full of a hoop and beautiful threads and fabrics and my bits and pieces that I've shoved in on top. And I know I haven't showed you this because I actually haven't brought it home until tonight. This is one of Fleur's products, and it's the Meadow jewelry case. But this was waiting for us on the first morning, and guess what? It didn't have jewelry in it because jewelry is a treasure, but it had incredible, amazing treasures. So let's start with Joy. Do you think this suits me? Oh my gosh, I love it. Actually, it doesn't look all that much lighter. Let me press a button. Oh no, I do think there's light shining down. We'll just get going, and forgive me if it's shadowy. This beautiful braid. I saw a lot of people using this in their actual pieces. Another beautiful vintage braid or trim, whatever we like to call them. Piece of tapestry that she's, these are great ideas. There's a little tapestry cut from a bigger one, and just, wonderful to put on a work and stitch away. A beautiful star. Fleur's a star in my eyes. Look at that. I know where I might share that as early as tomorrow. Cut into ribbons. Beautiful. And then I haven't opened this before, so let's do it together. I have to say that I have been surrounded by people working with beautiful greens. I think I said before I went to the workshop that Fleur, I think of green when I think of Fleur. And look at these little pieces. In fact, I think Fleur might be embroidering this in her latest work. I recognize that shape. So I think this has come from her trip to Europe. That is glorious. So someone can tell me, are they foxgloves? Because if they are, then I know. And these big leaves on linen. This is, I've bought this before from Cafacet when my mum was doing quilts And that is certainly my colours. So I'm going to keep that out for the moment. So they were all wrapped up in this beautiful, what's in here? Oh my gosh. Oh, that's split. That's a, oh my gosh, I love this pattern. That's to clean your glasses with or your jewellery. Oh, I'm going to take that out. So brand new jewellery case holding our treasures. So that's a beautiful part of our kit. All right. So that's a homage to Fleur. Around here, there is my collection. I actually forgot to take this nest out because last night I stayed up stitching, and in my excitement to get out there today, I forgot it. All right, I'm going to show you two pieces that are completely different to what you've seen. Oh, there might be only one here. Oh, that would be such a shame if I've dropped one on the way. So I worked on my Fleurs in the Woods series, which you might have seen a snapshot on Instagram. You'll see more of, oh, and I started that I shared, and then I've started two other pieces. Now these are, those colours out of the way, just so there's that big blob of glue. I can't stand that, sorry. Oh gosh, they started to talk to each other. So I had said to Fleur I want to start focusing and spending more time on specific flowers. So I got some blanket, and this is one of the saris that I brought home from Jaipur. And I chose a bit here that's not too big, and it's just, I hope you can appreciate the colours won't be right, and please don't worry about the blanket not matching because I'll trim that pretty soon. But it is, I think it's a dahlia, I think Sarah told me. But I've started to work that in different threads, which is something I love to do, random. So we've got perle variegated, we've got Fleur's wool, we've got some gold up there, and then a deep purple, which doesn't look like I finished it off. And so I started with that one, was loving the feel, and I thought, why not go bigger? So this is the start of a larger work, and this piece of sari I love already had this patch on the side. So that's cotton, this is silk. So I deliberately put it upside down. So this is the hem that has been machine stitched. And this, is it the same? I can't remember. Yeah, it is the same sari, but a different part of it. And I don't know whether that's going to give any sense of justice to it, but these beautiful diamonds with feature pinks into another variation. Actually, that's the same as the top. So I haven't stitched this yet at all, so I thought we might do that together. I'm doing a really, really, really large work, which I'll have to work out how to share with you. But I thought, I'm saying butter lot. I've also brought down some of this beautiful fabric that I don't need to ask you to guess where I got it from. It is soft, but a different sort of cotton, and it's got a texture on it already. And I thought we might do a bit of collaging. And a little bit of slow stitching. This is the one that really excites me. I was saying to the girls today, I really need to, when it's a little less busy, really sit down and learn the names of flowers and also the Indian techniques that we see in some of the embroideries I bought back. So there's that shape there and a little flower. Now this lily was gifted to me by the beautiful Bron. It's a Western fabric, and you may see that it's got little things sticking out of it because it was originally on my big flowers in vases, my gigantic one, 1 meter by 1 meter, which has been a wonderful journey in itself, scaling up. But this one, there's still some on it, and I'm actually going to take the stamen, is that what they're called, out of this one, sticking out, because it complicates the stitching a little bit. We can probably go a little bit closer. Like that. Okay, and if you're new, welcome, welcome, welcome. It is great to have you here. And where's the small one gone now? See, I'm a bit discombobulated because it's been so magical and I can't quite believe it's over. So here is a different bloom that I left more of the out bits on. Bron also gifted me this fabric, but sometimes I leave more of a border on and sometimes I go closer. So let's just have a look at proportion, whether we feel like this one belongs on here or does it belong on here. I think it belongs on here. Push my nest out of the way. Leave this one for the moment. So we're going to do a composition with this flower and this flower. I like to start in the top right hand corner. There's no need to do that, but it's just something I like doing. And then we'll go flower to flower and overlap somewhere. So I'm feeling actually that we might start this garden off like that. Now I can see, I'm hoping that that is coming up a decent colour because it is a most beautiful colour. It's coming up a lot darker on the camera. Let's trim this around a bit more now that we know that we're going to commit. And we're just going to do some relaxing slow stitching together. Do I need that? Yeah, for the moment, I'm going to... Oh, should have probably been putting my snips straight into the bin. Okay, let's get the proportion. So we've got this beautiful border at the bottom that I want to keep. And I'll get my Just out of the way. Pair of scissors. Truly, it's chaos. Counting the moments till I can sort myself out. And I have tiny tacked this already down. I think that's a good start. I'm going to leave that there because I'll probably cover that stem. Have this flower upright. Have this one sort of joining there. A little bit on the angle. And let's start stitching. I've really been enjoying using these gold perle threads, and I've got, this is a favorite, and orange on my other piece, but I'm not going to use that on this one, and then a goldy tone. So let's start with this one. I've forgotten where I put my needle. Oh, there it is. So many of you are way more experienced embroiderers and stitchers than I. So this is just the way I do it. Please do it your way. But I've just put a knot on the bottom, and I'm going to start, number one, by making sure I don't stick the the glasses. You watch. I'm going to relax now because it's been a hurry to get home and sort out a light, and now I can just stitch. I'm going to start with outlining some petals, and I've decided to change my mind, and I want to do like a back stitch, but I use like a separated back stitch. I don't know if that's an official name, but I leave a little gap in between, and I don't know why I like this. Well, I do. It just makes a bit of a different effect to a running stitch. And because I'm uneven naturally, even when I'm trying to be very even, I think these little dotty stitches actually suit the botanical crazy way I stitch. Now, which end? Lucky dip. Oh, then there's my stab for the night. So if I tiny tacked this flower down first, I wouldn't be worried about that pin, and I'm not worried. It's just to show you that you may need to hold it in place first. And I've left this string too long, and I could forget to shorten it, so sorry if that's frustrating and you're screaming at me. Let's pull it up. I've just got a very long string because I don't want to change. Now this is a giant needle. I think it's a darning needle that I accidentally have got. I like its strength. It's probably not the easiest one to stitch with. But there we are. It's like a little grub going along the edges. So we've had enough of that now. So I might do a few more big ones. Because you sort of have to adapt to the size of the needle and the thickness of the thread. So I'm leaving a wide gap and then a tiny stitch. And we're nearly at the connection point. Oh, excuse me, which we are now. And so I'm on to this next flower, and we're going to now just change into stem stitch. And do I plan this? No, I do not. And this is the freedom. I read a comment, and thank you so much for your comments, about you know what you like, and please keep doing what you like. I'm doing this as a stitch along, like with you doing your things, and maybe there might be some ideas here, whether it's on the color or the texture or the types of material, fabrics you use, or the idea that sometimes you might get sick of working on a particular flower, and that it's okay to go on to another flower. And so while I say one flower at a time, I also have flower to flower. So there we are. The one thread has taken us around that petal and down here, and see how the nature of this thick perle cotton is making that look like a lovely thick line. I nearly went on to the wrong row. And so by doing it this way, we're also making sure that the flower is down on the fabric. So luxurious use of textiles here. But affordable. That's why I'm trying to share them so that many others get the joy of stitching with this textiles. Sorry, I've got a little tickle. It's been very, very cold in the Highlands today. There was a polar blast, or whatever it's called, that's been going through the States, and it got to us last night and into this morning. So there we are. See that gold, the beauty of that gold thread. Now I haven't got a lot. I'm not running out, but I'm going to change tack now and just for the moment go down the side of this honey stem, and I'll use tiny tacking. Well, it's almost tiny tacking, or very, very big spaced back stitch. So that's secured, and I've still got a little bit of this. So let's just running stitch up here. I'm making no attempt to hide that that's a different fabric. And when we get to the flower here, we're going to do an overstitch. Like an obvious applique stitch to get that little petal down. Oh, I'm enjoying this. I hope you're enjoying what you're doing as you watch. So there we are, and now through to the back. That's a lot of fun. Okay, so in my style, I've done gold now, and I'll go, what else do I want to have a try at? Here's another variegated perle, but much thinner. This time we're going to choose any petal. I'm going to choose this petal. And we're going to do that same stitch, but in a skinnier perle and in a different colour down the lily. And I've made no attempt to match the colour because I want to have the stitches tell a story of those lovely markings. There we are. And the variegation is coming out. I hope you can see these colours because in daylight it'll be even better, but here under my light in real life they're like raspberries. And we've got some little dots down here. Now I could do French knots. It's hanging out a bit much, that first thread. Let me pull it this way. Yeah, that's better. Let's do some French knots. So 1, 2, 3. There's a very thick needle. And through. And I've said it many times before, like the variegation does this beautiful natural change of colour for you. Sorry. Now, one here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I like that number. That pin can come out because it is coming out. And I'll share with you something that I enjoy doing now. So I've got plenty of thread. I've got myself down to the center here and I've got that pattern. I could easily have kept doing French knots or turned around and gone back up there, but because I'm really enjoying the variegation, that's looking, I don't like the look of that dark pin there. Looks like a beetle. got as much left as I thought. But then I would pick this other. So this is why I say I work in a collection, because I'll go over here now with this different thread, and I'll just do some colouring in here. Do you remember having a favourite colour texture or something like that? Favourite colouring pencil that you just wanted to use all the time? Well, this way you can use it on multiple pieces. And in the way it binds the collection together. Goodness, where are we? There we are. Don't want that to come out because it's such a big-eyed needle. This is just satin stitch. Down and up, close together. Like that. Now we'll change. Let's go back to here, and in my nest, I've got to spare one of those because I love this colour so much. Can you tell I'm keeping quiet for a reason? Yell at me. Say, Kate, don't you know where you put it? I just was on here. I just was on there. I went over here. But can we see that needle? No, we can't, so we'll just grab another one. So that's a big hint for sew stitches. Have a lot of needles. If they're on special, grab them. This is way too big, but for the purpose of this, I'm just going to, what are we going to do now? I like these lines down here, and I feel like colouring them in, but I'm going to start with a stem stitch down first in the wool. So I could have satined across, or we can fill it in this way. Soft as butter to stitch. And that's a blunt needle, and it's just not that we want to be going with blunt needles, it's just that that's You have to sort of adjust to the tension here because it does tend to scrunch up a bit. But yeah, no, that's still flat. My stitches are getting bigger as I get down towards here. There we go, like that. Now I could go back up and colour that in now, but we're on an adventure, so let's go over here, colour this line in. And maybe go across here. So just a few stitches and because this one's skinnier. Now someone asked me, how do your stitches go through? In this case, I'm just going through this material and probably getting a bit of the silk, but certainly not through to the blanket. Nearly to the end of the thread until the thread runs out, as I say. Okay, so I've done more stitching than collaging, which is probably not a bad thing on a Friday night. So there we have, I'll just give you a close-up. Can't get the low battery. So I hope you can see that without it being too dark. So we have a lily and a flower and another flower shaping up to be, don't know, I haven't even thought of what to name this, but it's certainly silk saris and blooms. Okay, my friends, thank you so much. If you've stayed here to the end, I really appreciate it. Feeling a little bit tired, so I'm going to go and have my dinner and then get ready for my workshop tomorrow. Thank you so much for just keeping me company, for being there. We had lots of conversations today about the kindness of the online stitching community and how much we get from it. So it was Christine, Create and Craft with Christine, fellow YouTuber, was talking about that, and we were just very feeling very, very grateful. So with that, thank you, and I will see you again soon. Bye.